Welcome back to Breaking Through with Lisa Nichols, and I'm your host, Lisa Nichols. And today I'm so excited. I have a great guest with me, Gwen Medved. I'm so excited to talk to you. So first of all, tell me a little bit about your background and what led you to start doing what you do.
Wow, that is a loaded question.
Yes.
I was raised by a single man, which was very unorthodox, who had been fostered out. I grew up in Alaska, and when I had the chance, I decided I wanted a white picket fence life so badly because it was so different than what I had experienced in my life. And I also decided I wanted to be a 100% best mother I could possibly be. And so the most important thing that I've ever done in my life is be a mother. And I made that my number one priority. My journey, I feel like I've been a dozen people to get to where I am right now. And after 30 years of marriage and becoming an empty nester and maybe a little bit of menopause, all of these things hitting all at the same time, I'm at a new beginning.
Collision.
100%, right? So I'm at a new beginning in my life. And because my children are girls, they're women, 29, 27, and 21, looking at where I'm at, where I've come from, and where I want to go, I see, as many women my age do, I look back in the rearview mirror and I see all of the things that I'm grateful for, and I will never not be grateful for them. But I also see tools, education I didn't have, mentors I wish I had had earlier in my life. You know, on that note, I'm going to tell you, I'm really grateful that I met you actually on a Zoom call with Patty Aubrey, who I have to say her name because I'm extraordinarily grateful to her as well. I know that she is always grateful to be recognized for the work that she's done.
A dear, dear friend of mine.
She is amazing. You came in and it was a private mastermind group, and you came in as she was starting at Permission Granted. And you had the most beautiful way of addressing each woman on the call. And I think we're all experts at Zoom now, but we weren't then. And you made it real. You made a connection. And you're like, and Gwen, and Sally, and Ruth, and Karen. And, you know, and I think you called me out twice by name because you could see our name on the Zoom thing. And you brought me closer.
Yeah.
In a really authentic way. And so even now, I feel very safe to discuss where I'm at right now, which is deeply personal. And hopefully one of the most powerful things I'm going to be doing and utilizing everything I've ever learned from the success principles. I've done a ton of work with Jack.
Right.
And I've leaned in so hard for like 6 years in every way that I could because I wasn't wired that way. I had to really, really lean into unwinding survival, unwinding fear, and moving into a place of trust and gratitude.
Now, let me ask you a question on that.
Yeah.
When you look at how you serve people
Yeah.
and how you choose to be of service, what does that look like?
Right. So first and foremost, it had been through supporting my family, supporting the businesses that were family businesses. At one point, I ran a manufacturing company for 2 years. When my father-in-law had a stroke, I took it over. I turned it into a minority woman-owned business. I am Cherokee Indian on my dad's side. And I did it for my family. I have done pretty much everything I've done in my life for love and also with survival.
So let me ask you, what do you consider to be one of the biggest challenges early on in getting started? I'll say getting your company started, but if it's not that, it's something else. Tell me, what do you consider to be one of the biggest challenges in getting it started?
Right. So getting it started, I think with the women that I know, the women that I've worked with, what I see over and over again is the imposter syndrome.
Yes.
And the feeling unworthy. And unworthy of what? It kind of goes with imposter syndrome, right? Because,
Right.
yeah, and most women that I know that I've talked to, the women that I'm raising, there's an uncertainty. It's almost just kind of baked in. And I don't know if it's because we're wired to take care of the tribe. We're wired
Right.
to
Right.
think about what's best for the group.
Wired nurturers.
Yeah, we're wired nurturers. And what I'm learning now and what I realize now through all of the experiences that I've had being a mom and being in business and working in different environments is that the best thing that we can possibly be is what I thought was the most villainous thing to be, which I did not know the difference between selfish
And self-care.
and self-care and
I know
self-loving. I know,
where you were
right?
going, girl. I knew exactly where you were going.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was a big breakthrough moment for you as it relates to serving, leaning into your business, or making a pivotal turn in your, honestly, in your business mind? And sometimes your big breakthrough are personal that impact business, but what was a big breakthrough moment for you?
I'll tell you right now.
You know.
I'm looking right at you because I thought I had to be successful like a man, which meant I had to abandon my highest priority and what success as a woman meant to me, which meant making a choice between family and maybe money.
So wait, let me make sure I'm getting this. So the big breakthrough for you was, because you said several, you just dropped several diamonds right
I
there.
know. I feel like I'm not even quite there yet.
Yeah. So I respect that. So
Yeah.
a big breakthrough that you're living through right now is recognizing.
The big breakthrough for me is that success for me and what I see and feel in my heart is that success for women today is that alignment of all the parts, of all of the different areas. It's not a trade-off between my relationships or my health or my family or myself.
It's not an either or.
It's not an either or.
It's an and with.
And there's something about resisting the flow and being blocked, which I think is when showing up in an inauthentic way.
Yeah.
Trying to memorize the right answer, for example. We're having this very real conversation. I have nothing scripted and nothing memorized. In fact, we're not actually having a conversation at all like what I thought we would when I walked in here to do this talk. So,
and living in that surrender.
And living in that surrender. And you are carrying that space right now because you're allowing me, you're inviting me, you're encouraging me as another woman to be brave enough and to feel safe in saying what's true, which essentially is a goal I'm always going to keep working on while I'm also trying to encourage others to do the same thing.
Yeah. So talking about encouraging others, what's some common feedback that you hear from people that you served or people that may have read your book or people that have been inside your ecosystem on how something you've done or said have made their life easier? What's some common feedback?
How grateful they are to feel really heard and really seen. And there's something about, again, showing up in that bravery of authenticity. You're doing it with me right now. You're doing it with me. We have cameras on us, and that is an unusual and an uncomfortable situation for me to be in. And I feel safe and held because you're showing up authentically and inviting me to do the same thing. And you have not broken eye contact with me in this entire conversation. So really leaning in and listening and letting someone know that they're being heard and that I would say a no judgment environment is a very powerful and strong way to show up as a woman who's interested in serving other women and helping them break through and break out of what's holding them back.
I love that because what you're saying is being a safe container.
Yeah.
Being a safe container for all things possible. So what's your best advice or what's some of your most favorite advice that you would give to help someone have a breakthrough? This is the Breaking Through show. But have someone break through and thrive in either today's business world or today's social economic world or today's just social climate. What's your best advice that you would give to help people break through in this season?
Wow, that is like the most loaded appetizer.
I told you it was
poo-poo platter I've ever,
if you
been
have to
offered.
laser If you have to laser in a sound
Yeah.
bite that someone can repeat to their sister who
Oh,
didn't
boy.
see you, you know, because that's where it really goes, is when someone says, oh, that was
Right,
so
right,
good. I
right.
need to repeat it to somebody
Right.
who won't even look at the show.
Yeah.
What would that be?
Get clear, get clarity, be honest with yourself. Find a way to sit with yourself. It's your gut intuition. Ask yourself those simple questions. You know, how do I feel when I'm around somebody? Do I feel better or worse? How do I feel in a situation? Am I energized or depleted? You know, what do I dream about? What would I do, you know, if no one was paying me? And what would I live? What kind of life would I live? What kind of principles would I live by? How would I treat my children? How would I treat my family? How would I treat myself if I was not in a list of have-tos or in a space of survival?
Well, that was a mic drop. That's some advice to live by. I'm finding myself while you're talking going, oh, well, let me ask myself that. I love it. So I know this is going to happen, Gwen. Someone wants more of you. They want to follow you. They want to read your book. They want to have more of those diamonds in their space only you can provide. How can people reach you if they want to learn how to work with you or how to learn more from you?
Right. So I'm very active right now on LinkedIn and Instagram, and it's at Gwen Medved. That's where all of the nuggets will come about what's going on with the book.
Wonderful. Well, let me tell you, I have so enjoyed talking to you. I've so enjoyed the sacred space that you hold for women young, mature, emerging, reinventing, and how sacred that is. I am the result of a woman reemerged and reset in 2.0. So I know how sacred your work is. Thank you so much for agreeing to join me and to be on this show. I'm Lisa Nichols with Breaking Through. More when we come back. Thank you.